Hi, I'm Vince and welcome to my channel, Vince Cooper Games. In this video we're going to be going through turn 12 of my solitaire war game, Bloody Lane. Turn 12 is a Union deployment turn, so we're going to be deploying the fourth and final wave onto the battle sheet. So let's get started, however, with the first phase, which is the supply phase. So first of all, take a look down here. There's an orders token which moves to the right, and that will be resolved in the Confederate action phase. I'm going to put it here in the orders box. The other tokens move one place to the right, orders from S2 to S3, ammunition S1 to S2, and then I can choose a new token to put into S1. There are two remaining ammunition tokens, two remaining reinforcement tokens, so in anticipation of taking some hits, I'm going to send some reinforcements along the supply line. And that concludes the supply phase. Reset Confederate artillery phase. The artillery, Confederate artillery have artillery ready tokens attached, so nothing to do there. Confederate artillery phase. So I now have a choice as to whether to fire or hold my fire. If I fire against the Union artillery, that will provoke counter battery fire. If I hold fire, Union artillery will direct their fire towards the supply line. So I'm going to choose to hold fire, so the artillery ready tokens remain attached and there's nothing to resolve in the Confederate artillery phase. So next is the Union artillery phase. So Tompkins battery and Titball's battery will both direct their fire down here onto the supply line. The orders token is the rightmost token in box S3, so we use the rightmost target number, which is 2 to 3. So we're going to resolve 3 attacks from Tompkins. 2 to 3 will inflict a hit and destroy the supply token. And we get a 7, that's a miss. Attack number 2 is a 9, that's a miss. Attack number 3, 9 is a miss. Okay, Tidball, 3 attacks, same thing, 2 to 3 is a hit. 9 is a miss. 7 is a miss, and final attack is a 7. Okay, good news. So the orders token will be able to be resolved in the following turn. And so no damage done, and that resolves the Union artillery phase. Next is the Union event phase. This is the Union event table. We're on turn 12, so we're going to use column A down here. 46 4 times. Resolve each event as we roll. So event number 1, 46. Okay, that's a 15. So the first thing we do is take a look over here on the table. So column A, 15 is a reform. However, it's already been resolved, so we check the next higher number, light fire, already resolved. Next higher number, heavy fire. So first of all, let's write down the turn number in here, 12. We refer over here on how to resolve. So heavy fire, select Confederate target, roll 1d6, 1 to 2, inflict 1 cohesion point loss on that target. What we're going to do is actually roll for the attack first, and then if it's successful, we'll determine the Confederate target. So 1 to 2 minus 1 cohesion, and we get a 3, so that's a miss, no effect. Union event number 2, 46 again. Okay, this time we get 15 again. So 15 is resolved, 16 resolved, 17 is resolved, 18 is a skirmisher event. Let's just write down the turn number 12. Okay, skirmisher is roll 1d6. Skirmisher roll 1d6, reduce the officer value by 1, so from 4 to 3. So far we haven't actually lost any officers. Officers are important because they determine the number of inspire actions the Confederates can take during their action phase. So 1d6 and we get a 5, so no effect, no officers lost. That's the end of Union event number 2. Union event number 3. Okay, okay, that's an 11. Okay, light fire has already been resolved. Next higher number, heavy fire. So 1d6, 1 to 2, inflict 1 hit on a random Confederate target. And we get 5, so also no effect. Okay, so that's 3 Union events resolved. Union event number 4, 13. 13 is a reform action. So every Union counter that is not at its maximum cohesion value. So for example, 8th Ohio maximum cohesion is 3 and there's no cohesion token attached, so we don't roll for them. But these two guys here, these two regiments, 5th Maryland, 130th Pennsylvania, because their cohesion is below their maximum, we're going to make a cohesion check. There are no modifiers, it's a straight d6 die roll. If the result is equal to or less than the current cohesion, they gain +1 cohesion. So we're going to resolve 130th Pennsylvania first. 1 would be a success, and oh man, I don't believe it. So there you go. So they've restored their cohesion back up to the maximum value of 2. We remove the cohesion token. This is, if this is the first video you've watched, like this whole game, like the Union have just been making one cohesion check after another. Like these guys here, 5th Maryland, they're still from wave 1 and they're still holding on. But anyway, they get a cohesion check as well. So again, 1d6, if it's a 1, it's going to be a success, and they get, well, that was pretty close, right? They get a 2, so they remain at cohesion 1. So that's 4 Union events marked off and resolved, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that concludes the Union event phase. So what I'm going to do now is pause the video and we'll come back for part 2 and go through the Union action phase.